What if the reason you can't stay motivated has nothing to do with how lazy you are? What if the apps on your phone, the food you eat, even the music you work out to, are quietly draining the one chemical your brain needs to actually function? And what if everything you've been doing to fix it is actually making it worse? This video is about dopamine, not the watered-down version you've heard about, the real one, the one running or ruining every single decision you make today. Stay with me, because by the end of this, the way you start your morning will never be the same. Chapter 1. The Mirror. Let me paint you a picture. It's 7 a.m. Alarm goes off. You don't get up, you grab your phone. Not looking for anything specific, just scrolling. Reels, tweets, thumbnails. 10 minutes gone. Then 20. You finally put it down. And here's the weird part. You feel worse. Not rested, not inspired, just hollow. Like you ate a full bag of chips and somehow became more hungry. That feeling, it has a name. And it is not laziness, not weakness, not a character flaw. It's a brain running on the wrong fuel. Nobody told you that the apps you open every morning, the sugar you eat, the constant noise you surround yourself with, they're all tapping into one system. And every time they do, they quietly drain it. The reason you can't find motivation isn't that you don't want it badly enough. It's that you've been destroying the exact resource you need to build it. So let's talk about what's actually happening inside your head. Chapter 2. The Biological Reveal. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. That's the biggest myth in pop science. Dopamine is the drive chemical, the go-get-it signal. The difference between lying in bed and actually getting up. Big difference. Here's how it actually works, and I'm going to make this so simple you'll never forget it. Imagine your brain has a swimming pool. That pool holds your dopamine supply. The steady water level, scientists call it your tonic baseline, that's what controls your energy, your curiosity, your will to do anything at all. Now, whenever something exciting happens, a notification pops up, you eat something sweet, you win something. A wave hits the pool. Feels great. For a moment. But here's the part that changes everything. To make that wave, the pool borrows water from its own baseline. So after every high, there's a low, a dip below your normal level. You feel it as craving, as restlessness, as that empty, I need something feeling that hits 20 minutes after you put your phone down. And if you keep chasing spikes, the baseline drops and drops and drops. That's not laziness, that's a leaky bucket. You've been pouring cheap dopamine in from the top, and it's leaking out the bottom faster than it fills. Dr. Andrew Huberman, neuroscientist at Stanford, explains it like a seesaw. Dopamine and pain live in the same part of the brain. Tip the seesaw toward pleasure, and the brain immediately puts weight on the pain side to bring it back. Those weights? Gremlins. The more you spike, the more gremlins pile on. Until one day, you need the spike just to feel normal. Not good, just normal. That's not weakness, that's a hijacked system. Instagram, sugar, outrage content. These aren't rewards, they're counterfeit. They feel like the real thing, but they destroy the infrastructure that makes real motivation possible. Chapter 3. The Protocol Breakdown. Quick question. When did you last do something genuinely hard with no music, no caffeine, no phone nearby? If you're struggling to remember, right there is the answer. Rule 1. Stop stacking dopamine. Typical morning? Espresso, hype playlist, social media, all before 8 a.m. Each one is a dopamine trigger. Stack them and you get a super spike. Super spikes cause super crashes. By noon, you're empty and wondering why nothing feels motivating. The fix is a few times a week, do hard things with zero stimulation. Run without music, work before caffeine, sit with the discomfort. Your brain recalibrates in the silence. You're not punishing yourself, you're refilling the pool. Rule 2. Make effort the reward. Most people only release dopamine at the finish line, so every step toward the goal feels like a desert. High performers teach their brain to release dopamine during the effort, the friction, the resistance, not after, during. This is neuroplasticity, your brain reshaping itself like clay under pressure. Tell yourself, not as a nice thought, as a biological fact, that the struggle is the signal, that the discomfort means it's working. Do this consistently, and you build a motivation loop that doesn't need an outcome to keep going. The work becomes the win. Rule 3. Stop rewarding yourself every time. The most addictive thing in the world isn't pleasure, it's uncertainty. That's why gambling works. That's why you check your phone 20 times after sending one message. Use this on yourself. Acknowledge your wins maybe half the time. Skip it the other half. This keeps your dopamine system sharp, hungry, and sensitive, exactly the way it was built to be. Chapter 4. The Toolkit. 4 tools, not hacks, inputs. Your brain responds to physical reality, not pep talks. Use these like medicine. Cold water. A cold shower or ice bath produces a 250% increase in baseline dopamine, comparable to cocaine, without the crash. Cold is a controlled stressor. The brain fights back by flooding your system with long-lasting dopamine. Painful going in, powerful coming out. The thing most people desperately avoid every morning is the most powerful free dopamine tool on the planet. Free, every single day. Morning sunlight. Within 30 minutes of waking, get outside. Natural light triggers dopamine release and sets your body's internal 16-hour clock. Miss this, and your entire neurochemical rhythm drifts, foggy, reactive, unmotivated, and you won't even know why. Caffeine, timed right. Caffeine doesn't create dopamine. It increases the density of your dopamine receptors, meaning the dopamine you already have hits harder. But drink it in your first 90 minutes of waking and you'll crash by afternoon. Wait 90 minutes. Let your body wake up on its own. Then use caffeine as a multiplier, not a substitute for real energy. The dopamine fast. Feeling flat? Gray? That dull, empty, what's the point feeling? That's called anhedonia, a burned-out reward system. The fix is 24 to 48 hours with 0 high-stimulation inputs. No social media, no gaming, no sugar. Not punishment, maintenance. Letting the gremlins leave, letting the seesaw balance, letting the pool refill. Chapter 5. The 1% Protocol. One thing. That's all I'm asking. Pick a task you've been putting off, something with real friction. Do it for 15% longer than you want to. Then stop. Not when it's done, not when it's comfortable, when it's 15% past the point you wanted to quit. This activates a part of your brain called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, the AMCC. Researchers call this the seat of willpower, and it only grows when you do things you genuinely don't want to do. This is the muscle. Discomfort is the weight. Every time you push past the I don't want to, it gets stronger. One task, 15% past comfort. That's it. Chapter 6. The Commitment CTA. Here's something most people don't know about the brain. When you commit to something publicly, in writing, out loud, your prefrontal cortex treats it like a signed contract, not a plan, a contract. Your brain actually changes how it makes the next decision. So, right now, scroll down. One comment. What is the one thing you're committing to this week? No stack, no shortcuts, no crutch, just you and the work. Don't overthink it, just type it. Because the moment you do, the negotiation stops. The pool doesn't fill itself. Start filling it.